good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Let's just find a comfortable seat on the floor, cross-legged, or an easy pose, which is where the shins are parallel. Or if you have a block, to sit on a block or a blanket, just to be comfortable and feel at ease. Now sit up tall. Let your sitting bones feel like they're grounded into the floor. Let the top of your head extend to the ceiling. Make your back nice and straight with shoulder blades on the back, shoulders relaxed, elbows drawn back as if you're sitting against a wall. Chin parallel with the mat, ears drawn back over your shoulders, and just close your eyes here and start to breathe. And just let your thoughts focus on nothing else except what's going on in this moment, what your body is telling you, what your breath is doing. And bring your inner mind to just watch that breath. So let's bring the breath in three-part breath, filling the belly, expanding the ribs, and rising up into the chest. And then letting that breath just roll over your shoulders, down your back, taking any tension or stress with it. Breathing in again, belly, ribs, and chest filling up, rolling over your shoulders and down your back. And again, belly, ribs, chest, and letting it just roll down your back. And doing that a few more times on your own. Just feeling the breath, filling your body, and then releasing the breath and taking with it any kind of tension that you might have in your body. And then let's take an inhale. You can open your eyes, arms up on the inhale, and down with a sigh, on the exhale. Up on the inhale and sigh down on the exhale. And one more time, up on the inhale and sigh down on the exhale. Raise your arms up, palms together, clasping, and then turning inside out. And pushing those palms now into the ceiling, letting your shoulders rise up and holding them there, really pushing and releasing. Pushing again into the ceiling and releasing. And pushing one more time into the ceiling and releasing, bringing the arms behind your back, palms together, fingers clasped. Straighten the arms, move them away from the body, knuckles heading toward the floor, and feel the stretch across the chest. And then just putting your chin into your chest, bend over slightly, raising the arms up, letting the head come toward the floor. And then releasing those arms, bringing fingers to shoulders. And let's just make big circles with the elbows, nice and slow in one direction. And then change direction. And then extend the arms out, flexing the wrists. And let's make big, slow circles in one direction with the arms. And then in the other direction. And then let's bring those arms into what's called cactus arms. And let's just bring the elbows back to squeeze the shoulder blades together like you're squeezing a tangerine between the shoulder blades. And then let the elbows come to the front, letting the shoulder blades come off the back, back around, squeezing the shoulder blades, coming together in front again, elbows back, and elbows together. Let's just bring the arms out to cactus arms again, and just gently twist over to the left, and gently twist over to the right. Once more to the left, and to the right. Hands on knees, and let's sit tall, and let the left ear drop toward the left shoulder. Coming up to center, let it drop over right ear to right shoulder. Coming up to center and extending your fingertips to the floor. Let the left ear come over again to the left shoulder, and you're feeling more of a stretch in the right now. And coming up and over to the right. Feeling a big stretch in the left side of your neck, right down into your shoulder. And then up to center. Let's just look over the left shoulder. Let's just look over the right shoulder. Let your chin graze across your chest as you look over the left shoulder again, and graze across as you look over to the right. Hands on knees, drop your chin into your chest. Just feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And then let your chin come up to stretch the front of the neck, the throat. And back to center, and let's make a big circle with our noses in one direction, like we're drawing on a chalkboard. And then in the other direction, just coming around. And coming back to center, let's take the right hand onto the left knee. Left arm comes around behind you like a support, like a kickstand. And you take an inhale and start to twist from the belly, the ribs, the shoulders, and the head coming around last. On the inhale, grow taller. On the exhale, see if you can twist a little bit further. On the inhale, grow tall. On the exhale, twist. And just hold, inhale, and exhale. Now leaving the hand on the knee, bring the left arm up and over, looking straight ahead and stretching that whole left side. Come back to center, switch knees, left hand on right knee, right arm comes around behind you as a support. And we're going to inhale and then twist the belly, ribs, shoulders, and the head coming last. Breathing in and growing taller. On the exhale, seeing if we can twist a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, twist. And then just inhale and exhale and hold here. Breathing. Using your hand on the knee as leverage to pull you around a little bit more. And then just coming back to center, left fingertips to the ground or the palm of your hand, right arm comes up and over, bending the left elbow and reaching the right arm way, way over, feeling more of a stretch now coming from the hip all the way up the side, into your arm, right to your fingertips. And then just cartwheeling that hand to the other side, bringing the left arm up and over and feeling the stretch here. And coming back to center. Let's just make some circles with the upper body. Thinking about when you go back that you're rounding the back, when you come forward that you're arching the back. Rounding and arching. Getting the shoulder and the elbow involved. And just coming around in nice big circles. And then just changing direction, coming around the other way, thinking about rounding the back and arching the back, getting the shoulder and the elbow involved, and coming back to center, hands on knees and going back, rounding, shoulder blades coming off the back, chin into chest, coming forward, letting the heart lead the way as the back arches. And going back again, this is called cat-cow, a version of cat-cow. This is the Halloween cat with his back arched. And the cow with a bit of a sway back. Cat rounding way, way back. Cow arching forward, heart leading the way. One more time. And forward. And then just bringing the soles of your feet together, holding on to your toes, leaning forward, letting your elbows push those knees down a little bit closer to the floor. And just bending over, letting the top of your head go toward the floor or your mat. And just breathe here. Coming back up to center, extending the legs out into a V position. Taking a big inhale up, turning toward the left leg and just bringing your hands down over that leg. The whole upper body is coming down over the leg with the nose heading toward the knee. You can grasp onto the bottom of your foot or your ankle or your shin and just pull your upper body a little bit closer, bending your elbows and feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, back of the legs. Breathing here. Coming back up to center with an inhale, and on the exhale, rotating over toward the right leg, coming down over that leg, drawing the upper body closer to the leg. And just breathing here, feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. Inhaling back and over again, down over the left leg and flexing the ankle this time, really pulling those toes in toward your waist. Grasping onto the leg again, coming down over the leg, feeling more stretch this time because of the flexing of the ankle. And back up on an inhale over to the right leg, flexing that ankle, pulling those toes back toward your waist, bringing the upper body down over the leg. Feeling more stretch. Just breathing here and holding. And coming back up to center and bending forward, coming onto tippy fingers, letting those fingers walk out. Feeling some stretch in the underarm. Feeling stretch in the legs, especially the adductor muscles on the inside of your thighs. And just breathing here and holding. Walking back, sitting up tall, letting the legs cross again, then just rolling over your legs into table position. So, wrists are right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. We're going to extend the right leg out, swing it over the left, and look over the left shoulder, back at that foot for another good stretch in the side body. Then we're going to bring that leg back, let the toes curl under as they touch the floor, and press the heel away. Putting your weight into your right hand, going to open up the left arm right up to the ceiling, pressing that right heel away, keeping that right leg strong. Back to center, extending the leg straight out, reaching out with your left hand and just holding there and balancing, pulling the belly into the spine so you have a flat back, and just breathing here and holding. Replacing hand and knee on the floor, extending the left leg out, swinging it over the right and looking back over your right shoulder at that foot. Then bringing that foot back, toes to the ground, heel pressing back, weight into your left hand as you reach up with the right arm right to the ceiling. Looking up toward that hand, pressing the back foot away, making that left leg strong. Hand and knee, come back to the mat, extend the left leg out and the right arm. Pull your belly up to give you balance here. Use your core to stabilize you. And then replacing the hand and the knee and just coming on to your side. Either hip is fine. One hand in front supporting you, the other hand supporting your leg. Knees together, but bend the bottom knee. Top leg rises up with the toes pointed forward, as if you're just standing with your toes forward. Raise that leg up as much as possible. And then let it come down to the floor. Rotate it so the toes are now leading the way. And up again. The toes rotated like this lets the leg rise up higher and you engage different muscles. Back down to the floor, straighten the bottom leg, put both knees and ankles together, and inhale and exhale. Let those legs come up off the floor. And back down to the mat. Just switch, roll over to your other side. One hand in front, one hand supporting your head. Gonna bend the bottom knee. Raise the top leg up with the toes pointing forward. Just feel the stretch here in the abductors, the muscles on the outside of your thighs. Let that leg come back down toward the floor. Rotate it, toes leading the way, and come up with that leg. Feeling some stretch now in the inner thigh muscles. Let that leg slowly descend to the ground. Extend the bottom leg, knees and ankles together. Take an inhale and raise those legs up together. And then just roll over onto your back. We're going to do some ab strengtheners. Put your hands underneath your sacrum to protect the lower back. Tuck your shoulder blades under as well. Bring your knees into your chest. Extend them straight up as if you're standing on the ceiling. That's the inhale. And on the exhale, lower them toward the floor, but hover when you get about 3 inches away from the floor. On the inhale, draw them in and up. Exhale, down and hover. Inhale in and up. Exhale, down and hover. Inhale in and extend out on the exhale and hover. We're just reversing direction, and up and in on the inhale. Out and hover on the exhale. Up and in on the inhale. Exhale, extend and hover. Inhale up and in. Exhale, extend and hover. And then just let those legs come down to the floor. Take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale and raise the legs up off the floor. Let them hover there. Ankles together, and raise your head to look down at the toes. Hold and breathe. And let the head and the heels come down to the floor. Inhale and exhale up. Look down at your toes. And heels and head down to the floor. One more time, inhaling, exhaling, up, looking down, holding and breathing. And down to the floor. Release your hands. Bring your knees into your chest. Just roll over the sacrum, back and forth. Around in a circle to release any tension in the lower back. And then just roll over onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows tucked in. You can rest your head either on your chin or on your forehead. Just don't crunch the back of your neck.
We're going to inhale and raise the right leg up off the ground, the whole leg. And hold there. Breathe. And down. Inhale. Raise the left leg up. Pointing the toe. Raising that whole leg off the floor and holding. Breathing. And down. One more time on the right, inhaling, raising the leg up. And down, and inhaling and raising the left leg up. And down. And then arms at your sides with the palms down. We're going to inhale and raise everything up off the ground. This is boat pose. Take an inhale and exhale.
Up. Legs, arms, shoulders, head, upper chest. So your leverage point is your pubic bone and your hips, and everything else is off the ground.
And back down, taking an inhale and exhaling up, feeling the back muscles working here. And back to the ground. Bringing your hands under your shoulders again, plugging your pubic bone into the floor and your toenails. Going to push into those hands to raise the chest, shoulders, and head up off the floor, looking straight ahead. Cobra pose. And slowly back down, tapping the forehead to the ground and inhaling and exhaling, coming up again. Holding, trying to bend from behind the heart. Not in the lower back, letting the heart come forward with a bend behind it. Back down, tapping your forehead. This time, inhaling and exhaling only halfway up and taking the hands up off the mat. So you're letting your back muscles do all the work here of holding you up. Breathing here and back down to the mat. Inhaling and exhaling halfway up again and bringing the hands off the mat and letting the back muscles do all the work. And back down. Laying one cheek onto the floor and just taking a few breaths here, extending your arms along your sides with the palms facing up. Just take a few breaths. Reflect on how you feel. The upper body has been stretched and strengthened. The lower body also energized. And then just bring your hands up, bring your hips back to table position and up to standing. Find a position with a wide stance and feet on a diagonal, knees over the ankles. We're going to sink down. This is goddess pose, and we're going to rise up, but not all the way. Don't straighten the legs. Sink down, rise. Sink and rise. Sink and hold. Feeling the engagement of the quads, thigh muscles. And back, up to straighten the legs. Take an inhale on the exhale. Down again. This time come onto the balls of your feet. Try to keep those heels off the ground. Looking straight ahead, sink down.
up slightly, sink down, come up slightly, sink, let the heels come to the ground and just hold. And back to straight legs. Take an inhale. On the exhale, bend the legs again. This time we're going to glide over the left foot, straightening the right leg, and then glide to the right, straightening the left leg, glide to the left, glide to the right, keeping the back straight, looking ahead at eye level. And back to center and sinking. Holding and breathing. And then straightening the legs, taking a breath, bending over, reaching the hands to the floor and walking them over to the right foot. Left hand on ankle, right arm up for a twist. Right up to the ceiling. Back down, walking over to the left foot, right hand on the ankle, left arm up for a twist. And then hands down, back to center, hands on your knees, on your thighs, bend the knees, come back into goddess pose, heel toe your feet in, come into squat. If you can, put your hands into prayer position, push your knees away for a little hip opener. If not, you can keep your fingertips on the ground and still use your elbows. And then just make your way down onto your back for Shavasana, which is corpse pose, and the end of our practice. Just let your feet fall out to their own sides. Let your arms be at your sides with the palms facing up. Let your shoulder blades be tucked under the body. And then just let your whole body get very, very heavy, sinking into the earth and releasing. And do nothing here now except breathe. Watching the breath with your mind as it goes in and out. Not worrying about your day yet. Just watching the breath and having no other thoughts. This is the chance for the body to integrate all the energy that's flowing through it and all the strengthening and stretching that it has received in the last 40 minutes or so. And then let your thoughts start to come back. Let your breath start to deepen. Reach your arms overhead, letting your fingertips go as far away from your waist as possible, and then letting your toes go as far away from your waist in the other direction as possible. And just stretch here and squeeze everything. And then release it. Bring your arms up and hug your knees into your chest, rolling across that lower back again.
and then just rolling onto your side, making your way up to a seated position, comfortable seated position again. Sitting tall and just reflecting on how you feel. Have you been transformed a bit from the beginning of our practice? Do you feel the energy? Do you feel the strength and the nice benefits of the stretching? And most of all, can you find that calm spot inside? And just bring your hands to prayer position. Bow your head to your hands. Honor yourself and the others in the room. Let your eyes open. Let the corners of your mouth come up toward your eyes. And have a great day. Namaste.